Word tap. You mean zap?
Zap.
You sell it.
I'm Timmy.
I'm Justin.
I'm Nathan.
This is 3
Old.
mildly old tech dudes.
I turned older this week.
Oh yeah, you had a birthday, didn't you?
Yeah, I got older.
It's a slow march.
I turned 8 times 6.
8 times 6.
Ooh,
Oh,
hey, man.
Well,
Next year I'm 7 squared.
that's very nerdy.
Alrighty then.
What do we have for this prestigious and spectacular, approximately 50th 3OTD video?
This is a speak and read from Texas Instruments, released in 1980. It was a part of a family of talking teaching toys that Texas Instruments had. They had the Speak and Spell, which was famously used on E.T., and it was the one with the red case. It looked basically the same as this, same kind of display. It actually had the same voice synthesizer chip in it.
How do you make it do words?
Hit go.
Oh, there's
you
go.
gotta hit-
Where's go?
After you
Or enter.
select a game,
It's
you
either
hit-
go or
oh.
enter. I think.
Yeah, you have to hit go.
All right, can you learn?
So, yeah.
There's no numbers. Is there?
This toy was like meant for like the 5 to 8 year old range, and it has
Nathan's over trying to put his ham radio call sign in it.
yeah, that one.
Yeah, I didn't want to do
It has entertained us like incredibly. So, yeah, it was part that the Speak and family. Like I said, there were 3. There was the Speak and Spell. There was this one, the Speak and Read, and then there was the Speak and Math.
What do you want to hear? Sorry, Justin, keep going.
That's quite all right. It's gonna be a chaotic video.
Oh, go.
Which word?
Yes.
Enter. 3-0.
Where's L?
You know, it's not text to speech.
I know. That's too bad.
It is.
Well, it doesn't have numbers like a spell them out.
Yeah.
It's also okay. So look at the picture.
It's not a
of
QWERTY
this.
keyboard.
No,
It's
it's
all
not.
QWERTY keyboard.
And it's awful.
It's like it's literally in alphabetical order.
Yes, it is.
Oh.
Yeah, the 80s
So
are great.
yeah, no. This one is. This is hard to use. Where's the T? E. Oh,
I
that's
ran out
it.
of text
I ran out
space.
of- oh man, overloaded its memory.
Great.
Hit enter. What's it going to say?
I don't.
It'll
know.
say not
Where's
found.
enter?
Go. Or, yeah, down.
Or
down
go.
the right corner. No.
I hit that. Didn't do
It
anything.
died.
Did you break my
Hold on.
toy?
Oh, is it thinking?
Yeah, so
Oh, it's so sad.
it,
Not found.
it takes it a very long time to search its entire vocabulary. It's kind of funny.
jeez.
So, yeah.
So, okay.
It's very sad about it.
Okay. Well,
Wasn't a word in 1980.
geek was too a word. Just want a nice word, I don't think.
So, this has a vocabulary of a mere 250 words. So,
Moody.
It's moody.
and as we learned, a lot of them are 3-letter words.
Oh, well, okay, yeah. How can it not know what
So
My
sad when
turn.
it says that.
My turn.
it's like? Oh my
It's,
god.
it's very sad. So this has a single chip voice synth. It is the
Go ahead,
TMC0280, in case anybody cares.
What's the processor in it again?
I don't know what the actual the voice synth is.
Oh,
a
okay.
TMC0280.
Okay.
Do you know what that is?
No.
No, I don't know.
Not the best.
What kind of kid's toy can't say poop? Come on.
It's a happy kid.
Is that impolite?
It says boom boom.
Make. I bet it knows make.
Yeah, it's right there.
Well, maybe not.
Dun, 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 dun. Is it gonna do it?
This word is make.
Oh, it does.
It found it.
It knows that
I find
basic
it
word.
insane how long it took it to search its 250 word vocabulary. I don't know what that one does.
Read it. Level 1.
You have to press go.
Which word? Press the letters. The man had a.
What? Oh, you're running out of time.
B-A-G. Yes, the answer is bag.
Yay! Yeah, the answer was bag. The man had a bag.
Which
I just want to remind you all, he writes bank software for a living.
rhymes with man?
Hat rhymes with Matt.
Oh, I see what you're supposed to do here. You gotta wait.
A-T.
You impatient little child.
You're right.
I'm right.
The answer.
Now get one wrong because I think it's really funny when you get one wrong.
You are wrong.
It's,
Go back
again,
to
it
school.
sounds really, really sad.
The letters. What word rhymes with ram?
With ram or ran.
Ham, like ham, but we're gonna
We
get
went
wrong.
wrong.
P-Q. Wrong. Try again. What
Oh, it didn't do it.
rhymes with ram?
Do it wrong again.
S-I. X.
No.
No. The correct word.
The finest from Texas.
Indeed.
Which word? Press the letters. I sat on the.
The toilet. On the John. On the fat? What? I didn't see the words.
A-T. Wrong. Try again.
What?
I sat on the.
Dog? You said
don't
on the
know.
dog? That's fun.
Who
D.
sits on a dog?
I can't find the G. Okay. Not a QWERTY.
Very good. The answer is dog.
Why did you sit on the dog?
I guess if you had like a big Malamute, but man, you do that to something like a purse dog.
Poor little pooch. Why did you sit on him?
What word is a color? Call, tin, or yellow? Oh, that's hard.
Y-E-L-L-O-W.
I win.
Very good. The
Thank you,
answer
Texas
is
Instruments.
yellow.
I'm so glad I made the microchip happy.
Here's your score. 4.
I have a score.
1 incorrect. Press go to do some more.
I'm good.
Wow. So we've got a nice little blue vacuum fluorescent display there that's great for battery life.
Oh, yeah. It gives you about 20 minutes.
Powered by 4C batteries.
It's, at least it's not like 12D or something
Yeah.
like that. Oh, my gosh.
So, and there were actually expansion
Will
cartridges.
this will take the cartridge up
Yeah.
in the slot? Okay.
Yeah.
So up in the battery door, you can take the batteries out, and there's a cartridge that'll slip up in it.
Yeah.
I've seen those.
Do you have any of those?
I do not.
Aw.
I have seen them. I don't have one. Sadly enough.
So they later replaced this membrane keyboard here with actual buttons on later
Like
versions,
particular
like in the
buttons.
mid-'80s.
Was this the first one, the first style, or was this the second style?
This was the first style of this one. Now, the
Okay.
Speak and Spell was first in 78.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a more
And
well
this
known.
is-
It's the one that appears in Toy Story.
And
This
ET.
is
Yes, and E.T. I don't remember that part.
this thing.
You don't remember that
has
part?
I haven't seen E.T. for like 20 years.
Seriously?
78 and 1980 are the
That's crazy.
program contents. I'm just going to read it there. So yeah, it's got about 14 patents to go with the thing.
Wow.
Um,
There are a lot of shared parts between this and the Speak and Spell. Like I said, the voice synthesizer chip's the same. A linear synthesizer chip, in case you care.
wow.
There's a library of cartridges.
There are. You were reading some
I
of
really
those.
would like to read those because I can do it with such drama and finesse.
Grade 1.
No, let Timmy
Jacob's
do
gonna
it.
Do it. Grade 1. These are cartridges you could get. All right. Grade 1, a dog on a log.
I kind of want to do that one.
And on the track for grade 2, the seal that could fly. The Third Circle. Is that like a sci-fi book? Who's Who at the Zoo? That's about us.
Who is who at the zoo?
Grade 3, Sea Sights. A Ghost in the House. What kind of books?
Ooh.
These are little kids.
No, I want that one.
The Millionth Night. K-N-I-G-H-T.
Yeah.
You know, like the guy with the sword, King Arthur. And,
The funny thing is, okay, so it's developed in conjunction
Monty
with Scott
Python.
Forsman. Scott Forsman Company is still in existence.
Well, sure. Textbook publisher.
Yeah. Yeah. So, that is actually really neat.
So it doesn't sound exactly the same, but it does sound very similar. If you haven't watched our repeater video,
Yeah, it's
go
really,
watch that one. The controller that
put
our
that
repeater
in there.
uses shares a it has a voice synthesizer chip by Texas Instruments as well, and it sounds fairly similar.
And it sounds like this.
Let's see if I might be able to do it. Hang on.
I was going to edit that in,
I
but
was
that
just-
might
yeah, I
work
was gonna
too.
say, you could just
I'm gonna get in trouble with some hams. They're going like, you're chunking the repeater. Well, yeah, I kind of am. Hang on. Got that one.
It's here.
Let me turn the volume up.
Should be. Speaker mic, yeah.
Yeah.
W9QYQ repeater PL107.2.
Beep.
so you go from that to
Hang on a second. Keeping on GME testing.
Good job.
look at that, you ID'd
I did ID.
a proper ham.
And then I turned it off.
Your friends might find you.
Easy there.
So my question is, two questions. One, how much was this thing?
This was fairly inexpensive. It was like, I want to say $20, $25 shipped.
Well, that's not bad.
Now, if you go to buy a Speak and Spell, the red one that appears on E.T. and Toy Story, it's much more expensive because of its pop culture status.
Yeah. So if we modified this, could we call E.T.'s planet?
Perhaps. He did use a Speak and Spell, but I
True.
assume that maybe
Maybe he needs to learn to read.
Yeah.
Well, he did. He used one to learn to read with.
Oh.
He
You could
learned
learn
that
to read
I
with a
think it
Speak
was-
and Spell too.
Wasn't that in Sesame Street? I think I have to go back and watch the video now. I have to go back and watch
Copyright hit.
that. No, you can say the name of it. You just can't.
I started to sing it.
Oh, well.
You might not want to do that.
Actually,
Is
hilariously, some of that you can actually do, but you just can't claim
Yeah, you have to go to that page that I sent you.
I've done a couple of those already. Yeah.
Yeah.
Play around with. I know there are mods for this.
There are
Mods.
well, no, people sample the sounds. Limp Bizkit sampled it. I was telling you about.
Yeah.
They sampled
yeah, they
this
did, didn't
voice
they?
chip where LIMP. Say
Yeah.
it.
Say it.
Discover.
Yeah. Who else did? Espen Kraft. Not Espen Kraft. Well, yeah, I think he did one. So did a couple of the guys. The guy does the music for the 8-bit guy. Actually has it.
Yeah, there's all sorts of mods you can do with switches and things
Oh yeah.
on these.
So modding this is actually called circuit bending. And I've seen one of these. I think it was actually a Speak and Spell, not this one,
Right.
but that had like just layers of
I've seen
knobs
that
all
too,
around
yeah.
this thing, and you could change the pitch of the sound. I was like, because the synth chip that's in this actually making the sounds is highly modifiable. Which is really cool that someone came up to think to do that, but it's also kind of ridiculous that that was what they had to do at the time. But
And your purists like me go, but you drill holes and
crooked,
yeah.
well, yeah. And you never know; they may have paid $1 for it at a yard
That's
sale
true.
too.
That's definitely true.
Because the reality is, you can find this stuff pretty cheap sometimes.
Yeah. Picture read. Do we have to have the book for
You
that?
have to have a book for that.
So there was actually a book that came with this that accompanied it, that went with some of these lessons and games.
Yeah. So
Press enter.
This is like Simon, but not Simon.
yep.
not a word.
Y, C, Z, P, Y, C, Z, D. P, Y, C,
Z, D.
Z, D.
Smart aleck. Woo! I win. Press go to do some more.
I like
Oh.
to do some more. There's literally a southern twang
It is for
in
Texas.
Texas. That's you can hear it. It's not a lot, but it is there. That's kind of funny, actually.
So you can also power this with a little wall wart, a 6-volt wall wart on the side here, and it looks like
we
we
can
have
take the audio out. We can take the
yeah, we have audio out, so
Oh man.
straight sampling wouldn't be that difficult.
Oh my, that's fun.
There's a little bit of heft to it for a
Yeah,
kid's
that's
toy. I
well.
mean,
How much of that's batteries though?
if little Johnny got mad, he could really do some damage
Oh,
to
you
his
know
little brother.
You know somebody's beating their kid sister with that thing at least once, maybe a few times.
Is that blood?
So yeah, I decided that actually what led me to this was I heard the Limp Bizkit song and was like, you know what, I want one of those.
Yeah, that's
So-
okay. I get that. There's some like the Casio, was it SK1? The little tiny keyboard that's a toy has been used in like pro music,
Of course,
like
yeah.
Oh yeah,
because yeah, it's the same kind of idea. These have been used in definitely pop culture references and in music a lot because it just that voice has its own kind of what are you doing?
yeah.
You worry me.
A dog on a log.
I really wish we could make this say other things because I mean, I'd like to hear it say that it can't open the pod bay doors.
Sorry, Dave, I can't do.
Be like except for this, it'd be So yeah, that is our speak and read.
Oh my goodness.
I'm pleased as pudding with it.
Knitter jumper.
Picture read.
No levels.
Word maker. Level 1.
Can you just make a random word?
It won't say it. It'll
Oh,
just say
darn.
it's not found.
Sorry, not found.
Again, 250 words. That's all you get. And I imagine that 26 of those are letters. So
Yeah. So it's the word level and found. That's
why does
always
it always have to?
I
go
don't
to
know.
word
It's like
zap?
you have to hit that, but it's where it starts. Is word zap, huh?
Yeah.
Word zap and word zapper. What's the difference?
Push the button.
I did.
Zap the word hit.
Kit.
You gotta type it when you see it.
Oh,
Hit.
it is hit.
Pot. What kind of pot?
What'd you do?
That's not it. Hit is music.
I love that song.
I typed hit. Lies.
Now, zap the word bird.
We could do that. Put high voltage to it. It'd be bad
I'm
though.
not zapping
Be
anything.
bad.
That would make Justin feel
Poor little guy.
not be happy.
So this thing is, well, actually, if this one is made in 1980 is the last date on this thing.
That's when it
The
was
neat thing
supposedly
is,
released.
it's actually assembled in the United States. It's assembled in USA, which is like, you just don't see that.
I was kind of curious as to what its original price was.
It does not contain coronavirus. That's interesting.
Are you sure?
I knew you'd work that in there somehow.
Someone had to. 1980 is the last date on this, so this predates the two of you.
It does?
Not me. I remember when these came out.
Do you want one for Christmas?
Um,
Like seriously?
No.
No, never thought about that toy.
No.
Wow. So apparently these all had a suggested retail price of $50 back in 1980 and
Fairly pricey.
78 through 80-ish.
No.
So
Yeah, this thing has a 1980 date on it, so I'm going to say this is 1980.
It's at least as old as that.
that's
Yeah.
the research that I found said that's when this was released, was the one with the membrane, the speak
Yeah.
and read. Now the speak and spell came out around 78.
Yeah. And I remember when that came out too, and that was actually really neat. When it came out, it was like a fascinating toy,
Oh, absolutely.
because it would, it's like one of the first toys that spoke.
Yeah, right.
That wasn't really literally playing back like a record.
Right.
Exactly.
Like
Ooh,
a
what
see
were
and
the-
say.
Yeah,
The farmer
that's what I was getting
says.
ready to ask.
Yeah.
What it was. The see and say.
The
That's,
cow says, did it
The
get broke?
pig says.
Yeah, no, then you get a broken one. Like the cow says, woof.
mine never
That's
did
wrong.
that.
That's like one of the toys I remember from my youngest youth, like the pull string see and say. It was yellow.
Yeah.
It was the farmer says.
And my string broke. Did your string ever break?
Oh, more than once. I think
more than
I got
once.
multiple. The farmer
Oh.
says see and says because they would break.
So for the longest time, I didn't realize there's actually a record in those.
Yeah.
Like a record?
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
like
if
record.
you turned it by hand, you could
Really?
hear that running over. Yeah.
Well, I knew you could do that,
You
but
play
I did
back-
not know that
Yes,
was a
you
record
can
in there.
read-
We need to get one of those and take it apart.
We
That's
should
intriguing.
find one.
Are they expensive?
No,
they still make 'em, but are-
Because good lord, they made like a bajillion of
You
them.
know, my kids had them in the early middle 2000s. We
Were
had
those
at least
still
one.
records?
He's gonna go
Absolutely
steal
not.
his kids.
Nope. It was actually electronic by that point. You still pointed the center arrow, but it was
Yeah.
electronic.
And then what did you do?
Yeah.
Push a button?
It had a lever still.
Oh.
Yeah.
Uh,
But it was, I mean, it was, I think it was still mechanical rotation. It might not have been, but it was definitely electronic voice because you had to put batteries in this stinking thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
and they were really neat for
That's
the
no
time.
fun.
That was for sure.
Huh.
Anyway, that would
All
be yours.
right. Well,
That's a speak and read. This may be the first toy video we've done.
it is. So,
People don't know what our channel is. I think some people think it's ham radio. Some people think it's 8-bit computers. Some people think it's synthesizers. It's
You know what?
everything. We
They're
like
all
to
right.
tinker.
They're
They
all
are.
right.
They're all right. We do
We have
all
lots
this.
of
yeah.
toys.
It's tech, and tech comes in a zillion forms.
did you have one of these? If so, let us know.
I'm Timmy.
I'm Justin.
I'm Nathan trying to get the camera to work.
We were out of space. And this.
Technical problems.
I don't even know where my camera is. It's 3 old tech dudes. Later.
Is that blood? That's brain matter there, dude.
A lot.
They got gruesome quick.